1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Folks, we are in a rain delay. If you are watching the broadcast right now, it is in a rain delay because of lightning. I had to clear the stands, and we'll be back momentarily. Yes. Can you hear him? Yep. Well, good evening, Tiger fans, and welcome here to Odell Field for the opening game of the 2024 Tiger football season. James Caulfield joined here with Travis Peary and Bruce. Where's Bruce? Bruce Vogt down there on all the technical stuff. Joe Kennedy. And Joe, who got new with us this year?
Oh, well, hey, listen, we always got a new crew, but Tyler Shelton up there on the big camera up top, and shadowing him is a protege, maybe coming along the next few years, Preston Tinney. And then down here in the production booth, Malachi, and he's a student from Tech last year, and getting a chance to kind of work in the real world this year. So
All right, there's our new crew this year, and as he said, it's always something new this year, isn't it, Travis?
Well, it's a new season for sure, and that brings us to tonight's opening game right here at Odell Field, and we're really pleased and that everybody's joining us. And if you're just catching up or just tuning in or wondering why we haven't been on, the entire game has been in a lightning delay, and then every time lightning strikes, there's a 30-minute delay. So they had a few strikes in a row, and so we're getting set to bring out the teams for a quick warm-up. They're going to run out their tunnels. And with that said, the newness can't be any better met with some new weather.
Yeah. Whew. Nice cool breeze blowing. And, man, am I thankful for it. The temperature's probably dropped 5 degrees at least since we got here this evening.
You know, there's certain events that you hope to attend, you plan to go to, and certainly outdoor events. But as hot as it's been, I certainly can't complain about it getting cooler.
No.
I wouldn't, wish for any lightning or any rain during a game, but it has been a much welcomed coolness, especially for these athletes on the field tonight as well.
Yeah, probably from the time they went in, it's even cooled down a little bit. The breeze has definitely picked up since the time they went in the locker room. So. Lightning delay, lightning's detected, and they had to clear the stands, the field, everything, and wait 30 minutes till after the last strike. So we hope that's the end of that tonight, and it's nothing but game for the rest of the night.
And I believe as the teams are now retaking the field, I think they'll give them 3 minutes to warm up. We've just completed the national anthem, and normally when we get into a pregame opportunity, James, we're talking about last week's game. That was forever and literally almost a year ago.
Yeah.
And the Tigers come off of last year's season, I think, that off of a great summer workout.
Yep.
We've kept up a little bit with them through some of the students on how the 7-on-7 games have gone this summer. And for those of you who don't know, those are summer workouts with just wide receivers and quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. And the Tigers have been represented well. I believe they've even won one here at home. And they've represented themselves well in those events. And, you mentioned it earlier with new weather and new season, new faces in the hub crew, come a whole new look for the Tigers, as many seniors graduated last year. And some of those positions include at quarterback, not a new person, but a new position. And that will be run tonight by Roman Tucker, last year's running back. Could certainly bring a flavor to the offense as maybe possibly a dual threat.
Yeah, that's exactly right. On the offense side, it seems like they have more of a turnover and a younger group on the offensive side. I'm encouraged, looking forward to see what the Tigers look like on offense. There's a question mark been since last year what it's going to look like. The defense, I think, is going to look pretty close to the same, if not even a little bit better, and they were good last year. So I'm just really curious as to what this offense is going to look like, and really looking forward to see all the new weapons that they're going to have.
And with that said, I've visited with the coaches a little bit, and one thing that they feel really energized by is the number of seniors on this team. It is heavy, loaded with seniors. It doesn't mean they've all had starting positions before, but they've stepped up, and they're getting ready to take the field tonight as a leadership group. 9 out of 11 on offense, including the entire line, and 9 out of 11 on defense is my understanding. And, we'll see what type of game they bring. I would expect it to be that mixture of heavy run, control the clock, pass to the flats to open up maybe some deep field passes as the game progresses.
And we've had this unique situation here in Cushing where these guys got a lot of playing time for the last couple of years. They've seen playing time that you normally wouldn't see because of the way the seasons have gone and because of the blowouts, honestly, that Cushing has had in several games in this district.
Yeah, and I visited with a couple of the seniors in the halls of the school, and they said that their definition for the year is that they are hungry. They want to do really well. Of course, all seniors do, but this group of seniors particularly were sophomores when the Tigers made a run at the state championship. And they were on the sidelines, some of them on the field, but they were on the sidelines for that game. They've been down that road through the playoffs. They've seen it firsthand. True, maybe from the sidelines, but they felt it and they've seen it and they've been there. And then many of them started last year and probably felt disappointed being put out as early as they were. So that is the group, the mentality coming into this as a senior crew, hungry and ready to get after it. And that's kind of what I expect to see is a very physical team.
The other thing that's had very little turnover is the coaching staff. The coaching staff is relatively the same. There's a few turnovers on it, but none of the major coordinators all the same coordinators and head coach Rusty Morgan the same, so you got some consistency there as well.
That's right, and Coach Morgan has had a good stretch with consistency in the coaching staff, and one of the things that they've preached really hard year in and year out is their year-round weight program, their strength and conditioning, and I think that's what makes the Tigers a physical team. I've seen highlights of the Collinsville scrimmage a week ago, and the highlights, I understand, are the highlights, and I didn't see the entire thing. But the highlights looked good. They looked physical. I saw guys flying around the field, making some hits, and really running over people on offense and making good tackles on defense. And that was encouraging to see against a good Collinsville team.
Yeah, that's very encouraging to see. And, it's always fun. These first two games are non-conference games. But, man, they really, Bristow, Cushing, Perkins, and Berry Hill, these are good games. These are really good games and very well matched games, and a lot of rivalry between these.
And it can't be underestimated. I mean, all three of those opponents have some flavor of rivalry to it, whether it's down 33 or the Bristow-Cushing rivalry it's been going for years, or Berry Hill, who even just as short as a few years ago, a couple coaches took some students and moved to Berry Hill, and that age group had a real vendetta against each other because they both said they played as little leaguers, and they both were, well, we're going to beat you in high school now instead of being on the same team, and it creates a fun atmosphere. It's not a hatred rivalry, it's a fun atmosphere. And
one thing I've noticed about Berry Hill is they don't appear to have the size they've had in years past. For years now, they've had an ability to just get big players out there, and they just don't seem to have the size on the line this year. But we'll see. There's a couple, but as they always have, but not like they have in years past.
And we've seen some familiar names: Barrington on the Bivens on the roster. Some of these guys that have played for a couple years. But I agree with you, and that's actually one of the comments that starting defensive player Tucker Lang and I were visiting about. I said, have you watched any film this week? And Tucker said, yeah. He said, we should be able to handle them.
Yeah.
And he was speaking specifically to their size and speed compared to ours. But that's not, we certainly play the game for a reason.
All right, here we go.
There's our opening kickoff. It'll be taken around the 12-yard line. That looks like he'll be brought down. That's going to be Cole Cooper on the return. He'll be brought down around the 27-yard line. So what, about a 10, 15-yard return?
Yeah.
And the Tigers will start there, first down and 10. Again, we mentioned Roman Tucker be starting quarterback. He was running back last year and had a successful year at running back.
The one difference is Berry Hill has a senior quarterback that has played a couple of years now.
That's correct.
Maybe the tallest kid on the team.
Tigers now with half the team on the right side, put a man in motion. Here's the first snap for the Tigers. 2024 is underway, and the Tigers will keep it and go straight ahead. Almost as predicted, Roman running the quarterback much like a running back. Finds an opening over the left side.
I was going to mention that if you had defined it, that's exactly what you would define. Like, hey, we might see some Roman doing some more running back stuff. And on cue, Cushing hears and rewards you with exactly what you said. Your exact prediction.
Now from the 31. Tucker looks to pass downfield, has a man, and he's caught. That's Max Wood on the near side. He'll get taken out of bounds right around the 45-yard line.
One thing they have retained, is the Wood boys, though two big targets out there and they've just gotten taller and more athletic as the year's gone on.
Speed-wise as well. And to answer at least one question, if the season ended right now, Tucker would be 1 for 1 on the season passing.
There you go.
But I think whenever you can put guys like that with some experience in an open position, he can find them. That play was blown up in the backfield. Several Chiefs in the backfield on the stop.
I didn't see who was on the carry. I was trying to see.
Well, the number won't become there. Yeah, Kellen Fry. Kellen's serving in his junior campaign. He's one of the two underclassmen on the offense.
Yeah.
We mentioned the entire line as a seniors, whether they've started before or not. Every one of them have had experience in practice and being on the team. Fry goes in motion. Tucker passes near side again. Wood with the catch. Just gets tripped up right about the line of scrimmage.
Let me look at your roster here real quick, because Brock Bales, look for his number.
He's right there, number 10.
Number 10.
And Bales is on the field. He'll see some action at running back as well.
Brock is one that has really, I mean, you talk about a kid beefing up from one year to the next. He has really beefed up this year. Had some injuries last year.
Wyatt DeLong on the near side, and the pass is complete to Wood. Makes his way down to midfield before taken out of bounds. That's Max, makes it to the 50-yard line. That will bring up 4th down, I believe. 4th and about 5, and the Tigers will punt. So whenever you start to analyze an opening possession, you didn't go backwards. You went forward. You saw some things you want to do. Maybe you want to capitalize on later in the game. You punt this away. You are punting into a pretty good breeze. It's coming out of the north. It is a nice slicing punt right into that breeze, however, and it takes a Tiger bounce. And it will be downed near the 20-yard line. That'll be downed by Zane Warnock, sophomore for the Tigers. Maybe, unless I read his number wrong.
16.
16, okay. I thought it was 11. Jason Edwards. Yeah, we've talked about that with these orange, or we've talked about that with my eyes. I don't know which is which yet, but sometimes the numbers from a distance, they get crinkled a little bit, and the orange stands out from the black, but it's way easier to see them over here on the sidelines than it is out on the field.
Something about the block of the image, you know, the font, they kind of blend together for me sometimes.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's exactly it. Now the defense takes the field. A defense that last year only gave up 21 points or more in 2 games, hoping to capitalize on another senior side of the ball and carry on that same tradition of being a team that does not give up much. Starting quarterback, Connor Payne, number 1 for the Chiefs. And he'll pitch it in the backfield. Good hard hit. Cooper Barrington, I believe, is the ball carrier, number 11. He'll make his way, gain of about 5 on the play. Call it 4. Bring up 2nd down.
Bales on the tackle there.
Bring up 2nd down and 6. Ball now at the 25-yard line. Chieftains, and from what I remember, being in Berry Hill last year, they are a run-dominated team. They will pass some, but they like to control the clock. They like to hammer it. But like you said, they usually do that with a lot of bigger players. That straight-ahead run will gain a 3. Bring up a 3rd down and 3. So we'll see if the Tiger defense can hold here, gain a little bit of field position. Just approaching the 8.5 minute mark in the game.
Minute.
The score is tied 0-0.
Nope.
And Payne with a quarterback keeper will find the 1st down and some. He'll make it to the 40-yard line. And that looks like Bales. No, that'll be Gage Sharp took him down.
The lean gained him 2 more yards on that.
And I wanted to mention, I wrote that down, he is 6'4", 210 pounds. He's a good-sized young man, and a quarterback, that can be a very big advantage for a team.
Especially for a running quarterback, as he is.
This handoff straight ahead kind of goes over the right side. That's going to be Teague Spitzer. He'll have a good gain on the field. Gain of about 8, brings up 2nd down and 2. You know, that the Tiger defense had him on first contact.
Yeah.
It was Spitzer that fought for about 3 or 4 more yards on that one, and credit him for that. Tigers may have to really focus on getting low on their tackles. And see a substitute on the field now. Ty Lucio comes in the game. We remember seeing Ty a lot of times in short yardage running situations. He'd come in and cause some damage.
Oh, yeah.
This will be another run over the left side, just across the 1st down marker. That's Barrington again. just across midfield, brings up 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. So the Chiefs showing some movement with the ball. If things stand as they have in years past, this is normally when the Tiger defense really starts to put on the pressure. Quarterback keeper straight ahead, finds running room, moves a little left and right, finds his way to the 1st down marker. That ball will be spotted just inside the 40. All right, they're going to mark him down at the 40, so to bring up a 2nd down and 9. Gain of 9, 2nd down and 1. Coming up on the 6-minute mark, we're still scoreless. Tigers have had 1 possession. Let's see, so far I'd say some time of possession is starting to favor Berry Hill. Fumble on the play. Payne is able to recover it. Should be a loss of about half a yard, maybe a full yard on the play.
Yeah, just a bad exchange between the center and him, and it looked like he pulled his head away and was thinking about what was happening next and just didn't get his hands on the ball. It didn't look like there was anything bad between the exchange.
Well, you know, that's again, it goes back to looking at why you want to play quality opponents in your first 3 games.
Right.
You can go 0-3, but if it prepares you for your district play, if it makes you work out the kinks, things like that, if it makes you a better team, your record doesn't matter when it comes to district play. So you want to get those things worked out now. And the same will be said for, you know, the Tigers and what they do give up or don't give up, and do right and do a little not right. Find areas of improvement.
Yeah, speaking of areas of improvement, that's another 1st down for Berry Hill.
We'll move the ball to the 35-yard line. That'll bring up a 1st down and 10. I believe Tucker Lang was in on that last stop. So Berry Hill stays on the move. 4.5 minutes remaining in the 1st quarter. Handoff left side. That's going to be Spitzer again.
Berry Hill just, you know, systematically 2, 3, 4 yards at a time, moving the ball downfield. This is their game plan. It has been at least for the last couple of years.
They like to methodically just continue to march and control the clock. And I can think of many times we've just kept it close with them, and that's why this game a lot of times comes down to that 4th quarter.
Yep.
They control the clock, and we have a couple big plays. You know, we're right there in it, and then it comes down to the end of the game. And with that has been some really upset wins for us and upset losses as well. Barrington carries over the right side. 1st Tiger there, Brock Bales. Makes his way to a 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 30, check that, 26-yard line. So 3rd down coming up as we approach the 3-minute mark. And part of that controlling the game clock, and as you know, James, you come out of the huddle, you take your time getting to the line, you utilize your play clock. They snap the ball at 4, 3, and 2. Pick up their 1st down, go back into the huddle, and use, you know, all but 3-4 seconds of a 40-second shot clock.
Exactly right. And, you know, that wears on a defense. The longer the defense is out there, the more that kind of stuff wears on them and can start wearing them down. Of course, especially early in the season, the best thing that's happened tonight is the cool breeze coming in.
There is no doubt about that. 1st down and 10 now from the 23. Payne runs that shotgun style, much like the Tigers. He'll hand off left side, still on his feet. Cooper Barrington still on his feet. Now getting help from everybody on both sides. Whistles blow, plays dead. Well, it looks like the sideline official spotting that around the 16-yard line. Appears to be a gain of about 6 on the play. So now you're looking at your defense, and you know, if you're Coach Fry, you're saying, okay, guys, now it's time to stay. It's big play time.
Yeah.
We've let them march on us. Let's turn it over. Let's cause a fumble. Let's get an interception, which I'd be surprised if they pass at this point. They're having so much success on the running game so far.
Goes under center.
Barrington tries left side, finds a little bit of room. Gain of a couple before being stopped. It'll be awfully close to the first down.
Just shy, it appears.
Spot the ball at the 14-yard line. Bring up a third down, and if not, a little less than 1. And we're down to the 1 minute, 20-second mark. We're still scoreless. However, Berry Hill's on the march. Under center again. Quarterback sneaks straight ahead. Payne's got the size. He can just about lean forward and get that without having to run, and he also got a couple steps. So he'll get the first down.
Yeah. You know, that 6'4" frame, it really helps. Long, powerful run backs like that. And we saw a gentleman like that at Heritage Hall one year. Quarterback that could just jump out there and cover the ground. And then when he got hit, he always got 3 or 4 more yards just leaning, and that's what we're seeing here as well.
First down and 10 from the 12-yard line. Under or right at 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Payne now in the shotgun. Barrington in the backfield. Berry Hill timeout on the field. Something must have been really, really wrong, because in 28 seconds you're going to get a timeout. So. And this timeout on the field will be brought to you by Hillcrest. Hillcrest timeout. And I think as we evaluate just our spectator evaluation of the first quarter, we'd say the coaches are probably saying to the defense, we need more.
Yeah.
We need more. And probably I wouldn't say wasn't disappointed in my opinion in what happened offensively.
No.
Would just like to see a little more there as well.
Well, it's first of the season, you're always wondering who's going to step up, and you're just kind of waiting for that person to step up. And Berry Hill doesn't have any of that like big blowout plays. They're just that methodical team, as you said. So what you need from your team is to find out who's going to step up and make the big plays, and hey, find that confidence. This is one of those places where Tucker's going to have to find out, is the game going to slow down or speed up for him?
Yeah,
we're hoping it slows down as the game goes on tonight, and he starts finding those big plays. And he definitely has the ability.
Yes, and then that's certainly, you work on that in timing drills, you work on that in route running and practice, and you try to get it, and the officials are trying to get, I think, the play clock reset. The game clock's 28 seconds remaining. There's the snap to Payne. He'll hand off to Barrington, and the whistles blow. I don't think the head official was ready to start.
Yeah, I don't think they were supposed to snap that one.
And as they're discussing resetting this, I believe one tick did come off the clock. It is first down and 10 still. It's still from the 12-yard line. So for a quarter that moved really fast, the last minute has gone pretty slow.
As you can hear in our microphones, even with our windscreens on, the breeze has really picked up, and man, I could not be more thankful.
Here's Payne. Thanks to Barrington, looks downfield. He's got pressure. He'll throw that one away, and the pressure came hot, and the pressure came fast.
Yeah. There's the Tiger defense we've seen the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's going to be Wyatt Heisler. And he came from that defensive end position. And I would say that he had intentionally grounded that, but I think he was just he was hit and was trying to get rid of it, and so that's the result of a good tackle.
Heisler loves getting in the backfield. Yeah. And he's going to be one of those players to watch this year, too, on the defense as well. He has definitely the ability to be a playmaker.
Payne fakes like an option style, cuts back, and jumps forward and gets down inside the 5, call it near the 2-yard line.
Man, he had every person in the backfield bite on that 3 times.
You know, those are, you know, that's what I would call, because I'm old school football.
Yeah.
You know, you got a guy who's assigned to the quarterback and a guy who's assigned, and then you got blockers who are assigned to block them. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter of play.
And at the end of your first quarter of play, Tigers, nothing. Chiefs, nothing. Go from one side of the field to the other side of the field. It's the long march. Nothing happening yet. We're just like starting the game.
Yeah, and unless we can get a 4-down turnover here from the 2-yard line, the Tigers should get the ball back one way or another pretty quick and have the wind at their back and be able to go the direction that Berryhill just went. Bruce is keeping our stats here. He'll be with us on the RCB at half. Looks like on that drive so far, Berryhill's got 15 carries for 72 yards and is a 0 for 0 on passing. So Bruce will be checking in with us throughout the first half and be bringing you Votes Notes, the RCB halftime show.
Well, Mrs. Caulfield decided to show up. She texted me and said, well, you know, it's rainy. I'll probably stay home tonight. And I texted her back and said, what are you talking about? It's a beautiful evening out here. And there she decided, I got to show up.
Get some fresh air.
Fresh air.
Start the weekend, the long weekend with an evening of football at Odell Field. You just can't get any better season opener.
Yeah.
What could get better is the Tiger defense right now.
That's exactly right.
Berryhill knocking on the door. Ball's on the 3-yard line. It is 3rd down and 1. If I remember right, Berryhill has in the past had a pretty good kicker.
Yeah.
Here's Payne under center. He'll look for that hole himself. And he will pile his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Just like
the extra yards he's got, you know, he has the ability to not only lean forward, but when he does that, like a long lean underneath the defenders.
He's a crafty quarterback. He's a senior.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for a while, and you can see in the way that he head jukes and fakes one way and moves his feet another way. He can be hard to get down. And with 210 pounds underneath him,
yeah,
he's got some strength. That kick is up and good. And so Berryhill strikes first with 11:56 remaining in the opening half, 7-0.
A little shout out to my loving bride. This weekend marks our 31st wedding anniversary. 31 years she's been putting up with me, and I appreciate her endurance.
And congratulations for that. It's going
Thanks,
to be a wonderful, I think you said, you had some celebration plans, if I remember right, yeah?
Yeah, there's a little motel we went to on our honeymoon called the Inn at the Mill. It's an old grist mill turned into a motel, and it's all that we could afford. And we've gone back there over the years. It's just a nice little place in Johnson, Arkansas.
Very nice. We have gotten right back into school, you know. For those that aren't still in the community and are tuning in to us on Hub Network Live, we appreciate you joining us and staying in touch with the old hometown. Water situation in Cushing.
Yeah.
Postponed the start of school for a week. And so once we got started, we had gotten, you know, just hit the ground running. All the student activities, band, cheer, dance, FCCLA, FFA, drama club, you know, everybody just getting into full swing. And we'll start one of our back-to-school bash celebrations coming up September 5th. And high school students are invited out to the water park. And the FFA provides a mechanical bull and snow cones and hot dogs and other groups. National Honor Society, among others. The drama club provide activities and games. And the cheer and dance and band drumline provide a Beat Bristow rally that night. It'll be September 5th, the night before the Tigers host Bristow. Here's the kick from the 40. It's end over end, caught up in the wind. Taken at the 25. Looks like Fry maybe with the return. Just in time for the first score of the game. Is also just in time to get your teeth checked. Davis Dental scoreboard sponsor.
Longtime sponsor.
Fry's return to the 33-yard line to bring up first down and 10, of course. And the Tigers will have this nice breeze at their back. And we'll see if the line can't start moving downfield. You know, we mentioned Berry Hill looking a little smaller. I think in the secondary, their down linemen up front are still a couple of pretty good size young gentlemen. Whether that's at defensive tackle or defensive end, Aiden Martin is 6'5", 260 pounds.
Brock Bales carrying the ball that time and was met at the line of scrimmage.
See if I was going to look here, that 74, that's Casey, that's not him.
So it was second down, that's a loss of 2 on the play.
At the other side of the ball, get this, James, that's Harry Vaughn, number 55. He's a 6'3", 240-pound junior. So a couple big guys up front now as Tucker snaps from second down. As James said, a loss of 2 brings the second down 12. Tigers are stacked to the near side. Tucker looks downfield, has a man over the middle.
Oh.
In and out of his hands.
Just couldn't hang on to it. Kellen Fry is just on his fingertips, and he just couldn't get it stretched out, did everything he could, and boy, it looked good. Nice written up play as he's angling across the middle there.
Just a little bit of touch on either side with the throw or the catch, and that might have gone for a distance. Heisler has that speed once he gets the ball, and he's got that toughness.
You know why it is, As I said, he's going to be one to watch for sure. Several. Brock Bell starts out.
There'll be another timeout on the field. A Hillcrest timeout on the field. Timeout Tigers, 11:03 remaining in the first quarter.
You can tell they didn't quite have him how they wanted him, and Brock Bells was talking with Coach Chisholm and then on his way out, and I think he's going to take Heisler's place, but couldn't get him in and get the play off that they wanted, so call a timeout, reset.
And certainly, I mean, whenever you lose 2 yards on your first down and then your second down goes with an incomplete pass, you're facing a 3rd and 12. And you're hoping to get your offense started, not turn the ball back over to the other team. I know we sometimes just say the obvious, but
well, listen, that's what the color commentary is supposed to do.
Right.
Insightful repetition
Insightful
of what you just saw. Or sometimes in our case, by our case I mean mine, something less than insightful.
Insightful humor, maybe?
Yeah.
So from the 31-yard line, Tigers now 3rd down and 12. 2 wide receivers near side, 2 running backs in the backfield. Tucker steps up. He's got running room. Makes his way near the 38-yard line before he'll be taken down. That is Wayne Howell on the stop.
Boy, good closing of the ground by number 4, because I thought he had an open lane on the outside, and number 4 just closed the gap.
Thought he had the first down for sure. I mean, there's angles you take and you think, but the speed of Howell was just really impressive there. So the Tigers will punt this one away for the second time this evening. 2 possessions, 2 punts. It's a good clean snap. And a booming kick. Tiger hot ball needs to, almost gets into the end zone. I believe that's Hunter Joyner.
He tried.
44, Hunter.
He tried.
Hunter Joyner just booted that one, is a sophomore, junior. Yeah, he's a sophomore. So So a nice punt with the wind at his back. Just couldn't quite get it inside the 5-yard line, but it will start Berry Hill at their own 20. 10-10 remaining first half. And I tell you, James, one of the funny things about these first couple games is you're just in the after first half already thinking, is my voice going to make it tonight? I haven't been talking this much to anybody in a long time. And, of course, that comes after, returning to class for a couple weeks and talking in class all day.
Yeah. For those of you who are new and may not know, Mr. Peary, Travis, is also the FFA instructor here at Cushing. What's your official title?
Ag Education Instructor. Yep.
Ag Education Instructor.
And officially, then you slash that with FFA Advisor.
And you had quite a year last year.
We did, and I'm glad you mentioned that because we will approach November this year at the National FFA Convention. 1 year ago, we were recognized as a top 10 in the nation FFA program right here at Cushing High School. That's overall program quality, and we've proudly worn that title this entire year, and I don't mind saying it until it's given to somebody else.
Exactly. That is something to be proud of.
Barrington was on that last carry, and I believe Brock Bales was in on the tag. On this throw is like a screen setup to the near side, and it is well pursued. And in on that tackle is Emerson Harper.
A little late pushing and shoving there.
Yeah, that was starting to get questionable. I believe that was to Wayne Howell, if I remember.
Yes.
Number 4. But good pursuit by the Tiger defense. And loss of a little over 2 yards brings up a 3rd down and 11. And this is what you want to see on this end of the field. The defense realizing we've got scored on, we don't want to do that again. Let's take it to them. Keep the ball down here. And then they would have to punt against the wind. Payne in a little bit of trouble. Looks, keeps looking, escapes. Tackle to the backfield, drop for a loss. 5-yard line, and the official went down on that play as well. It looks like he's up and he's good.
That would be Wyatt Heisler tackling the running back and official.
That'll put the ball at the 7-yard line, and Berry Hill will indeed punt. They will indeed punt against the wind, and it will indeed be out of their end zone. So remember, that ball started at the 20, and after a play like that, Tiger defense steps up big time.
Yes, sir.
And it's down at the 7.
The official is up and looks to be okay. Remember, folks, they don't have pads on.
We'll say they're going to lose the play clock here and go half the distance, but they call timeout. So we'll have a Hillcrest timeout on the field. That'll be a timeout, Berry Hill. Could not have that come.
No, it was perfect.
Can I say that in some sort of accent?
No, that's
could that not have that come
could
in
not
a better time for the defense?
Could not have been in a better time. Yeah, the timing was impeccable on that one.
With whilst shall thou be a better time for that to happen.
Yeah, I was reading something the other day that said during Shakespeare's time they had something like 57,000 word vocabularies, and we here in America now in our day and age have something around 31,000.
Does that include? Does that include the hillbilly language that we speak here in Oklahoma?
Now listen, if you talk about the hillbilly language in Oklahoma or the hillbilly language in Missouri and Arkansas,
that's right.
It's a little bit less than 31,000, I would think.
Okay.
Or maybe a little higher because there's some words that are made up.
I was going to say that.
Quite
that
certainly.
Yeah. We might need to include those just to get that number up a little bit. But I mean, who's competing, right?
That's exactly right. Shakespeare.
I think. Connor Payne, number 1 for Berry Hill. He's the punter as well as the quarterback. So he'll get a kickoff. It's a nice spiral, but it is straight up and down. And it'll go out of bounds almost at the original line of scrimmage, just around the 25-yard line.
Boy.
Nice job defense.
Break by the defense and at the right time. And, man, good break with a bad punt by Berry Hill. Sets Cushing up with great field position.
So just like that, 7-0 right at the start of the second quarter. And just like that in, what would it be, 4 or 5 minutes?
Yes.
the Tiger defense has the offense stalled out, punted. Tiger defense steps up and puts the Tigers in a position to start from the 26-yard line. And with the wind at their back, momentum now on their side, have a chance to go out and tie this thing up.
You know, several guys that play both ways, as usually the case in high school football. But, you know, there's the guys that aren't saying, hey, let's go. Come on, offense.
Bales and Fry in the backfield. 2 wide receivers far side. Hand off straight ahead to Bales. He's got a little room. He gets wrapped up right around the ankles, but he falls forward. And he'll make his way inside the 25, maybe the 24-yard line.
Bales does a little hop there and actually gets up over a couple of defenders.
That gain of 3 will bring up 2nd down and 7. And you know what 2 of those and a 4-yard gain will do.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what Brock Bales is going to develop into this year.
Lane Wood near side. Roman Tucker keeps. He's got blockers. He's got room. He almost stays in bounds. He will be taken out of bounds. It looks like the 12-yard line. And that gain will be good for a Tiger. 1st down and 10.
There it is.
And we've been waiting to say that for a little while tonight.
1st down.
Comes at the 7:06 mark, remaining in the opening half.
Yeah, that was a throwback to one of our old play-by-play guy, Elton. It's 1st down, Tigers. And he started out doing that, making fun of someone from Cleveland, and then actually turned into just his way of doing it.
Tucker passed that screen pass to the near side. It was complete to Lanewood. It was sniffed out by the defense. He didn't have very anywhere to go.
Yes.
After he caught it, so no gain on the play, maybe a half-yard loss. So to bring up 2nd down. Call it 10 and some. Tigers offense, same as in the years past. They get their signals from the sideline. Tucker has 1 man in the backfield with him, and he passes over the middle. Caught! Touchdown, Tigers! There it is, Lane Wood. 1st touchdown of the 24 football season, and it's a pass from Roman Tucker. Last year's running back, this year's quarterback.
You know, there you go. That looks pretty good.
That was a nice pass. It was right where it needed to be. And I kind of feel like that both the Woods, coming off the experience they've had the past several years.
Absolutely.
You put passes like that near them, they're going to come down with them.
You know, I think we're going to see that develop as the season goes on, because both of those young men they're tall and they can go up high and get a ball and fight for it. And I think we'll see more of that develop, putting it up high where they can get to it.
That kick is up and good, and with the wind, it could have been good from a long ways. That is Landon Miller, the kicker, number 33. He's a junior.
It begs a question, Travis. If you throw a pass to the Woods, it's in a tree, does it make a sound? I was trying to extrapolate that.
If you throw a pass to the Woods and nobody's there to hear it, does it end up complete?
Is it a touchdown?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And the proverbial answer to that tonight is yes.
Yes, it is. It still is. Even in the forest, if you can't hear it, it's still a touchdown. That looked, of course, that good field position finally gets something going for the Tigers, but they looked more confident going into that series than they have. And I think that's something we're going to see develop as well, just confidence going on. I would say even through this game, but especially this season.
And you know, I think that you can almost look at this as, because you're around some of the players in the school system, and I mentioned at the top of the show that, you know, they're hungry. That some of these guys have started now for a couple years. Some of them are first-time starters, but they're seniors. They're heavy senior-led. There's 20-plus juniors right behind them. You know, it's kind of an older team. They're not necessarily going into the games nervous. They're confident and hungry. I'd say the difference is anticipation. You're ready to get it started, and you're excited, and it doesn't just come out and just doesn't hit on all cylinders. You work into that, and then when it starts hitting, it starts looking better, and sometimes that can take a little while, especially in those first few games of the year. This will be Miller set to kick